Welcome to the Headley Highlight Show's Headley Headspaces. And this headspace is called We Condemn Terrorism, but we defend our right to protest. So before I jump into my headspace, which is We Condemn Terrorism, but we defend our right to protest, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's been listening to my show, jumping up in the comments, sharing, donating, and generally coming back each week. I do appreciate that, and it's a joy to share my Friday with you. Please make a donation and also like, share, comment, and also come back the following week. So this is a really quick headspace because of what's been going on in the news today and late yesterday, and I wanted to just pick up on this issue because essentially there was a terrorist attack at a synagogue in Manchester, and the individual rammed the synagogue with his car, and then he proceeded to go out and also I think he attacked people. Now, this was clearly a heinous act and a barbarous act towards people who were worshipping in their synagogue, the Jewish community. And of course, there's no question about condemning that act. There is no justification for that type of brutality and terror. And I think it's important for us to be very clear in that perspective. But much of the conversation today was about whether or not the marches that usually happen every week for supporting the Palestinian community, whether or not they should be cancelled. And I thought that was an interesting conversation because I said to myself, why would you cancel the Palestinian marches, which are separate from that issue? Because to me, this is a terrorist attack which was perpetrated towards the people in the synagogue, the Jewish community. And they were presumably targeting the fact that they were Jewish people and that they were in a synagogue. And it was their place of worship on a particularly holy day. And I think, of course, we as a community, we should stand firm against that. But I didn't see why the Palestinian march, which is, supporting the people in Gaza, should not go ahead. I mean, especially given what's happening at the moment with the plan that Mr. Trump has put forward for the Hamas individuals to agree to or face, as I saw a headline, or hell. So, and also the fact that we've got the starvation of the people in Gaza. These things still need to be in the headlines, and people need the ability to be able to express their outrage towards the way our government is operating. But it doesn't mean that we don't acknowledge the activities of one person. Yeah, it was one person. That person is not representative of their community. It was the acts of one person who, for whatever reason, they're, considerably deranged. But that act doesn't act as an amplifier for, a particular type of restriction on the wider community about a separate issue. And the issue is to do with the ongoing ethnic cleansing of Palestine. In addition to that, it appears that a number of bystanders may have also been basically caught in the crossfire when they were trying to subdue the attacker. The attacker, Jihad al-Shami, was 35 years old and he was of Syrian descent, and he was already on bail for a charge of rape that I think that was being looked at. So I think where I am with the way things are at the moment, I am not in favour of any civil disobedience which is lawful being cancelled. I think it's important for us as citizens to have the space to express our opinion. And I'm not being naive in terms of how this is being. I mean, I don't know all the details about the attack, but I don't want to say that what the motivation of the person was. I haven't been able to find out what that is. And maybe that might be revealed as more details are revealed about him and what his motivations are, or were, should I say. But I don't think it should come in the way of people being able to protest about Palestine. And that's my 2 pence on it. I'll be interested to hear what others have to say in relation to that also. And I'm not pretending that I've heard all of the arguments or I've got all the detail, but from what I can pick up today, I saw that they were trying to make a link between the two things and say, well, then we shouldn't have any more protests. But the reason I'm against that is because there is such a concerted effort to only give one side of the story when it comes to this conflict in this occupation in Palestine. And the people of Palestine, the ones who are actually being ethnically cleansed, they seldom get any airtime on the news because they are always characterized as terrorists. And as a consequence of that, they don't have any space. You don't hear people often putting their side of the story or their side of the equation or their side of what's happening with them. They're not given any airtime. So this to me also smells a little bit of that, let's close down conversation about this. Let's shut it all down so that we can continue doing what we're doing with impunity, because I think that's clearly what's taken place over there. So I don't know. What do you think? Give me your thoughts. Give me your 3 cities or your decline in dollar price. You've been listening to the Headley Highlight Show's Headley Headspaces. And this headspace was called We Absolutely Condemn Terrorism, but we defend our right to protest. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me your thoughts. Don't forget to make a donation at DeniseHeadley.com. Jump up all in the YouTube, become a subscriber, click the notification button, select all, and join the community. Thank you for your listening ear. See you next week, and cut!